George Russell wins the sprint.
Ferrari finished second and third. And then, Kimi Antonelli, just 18 years old, becomes the youngest pole sitter in Formula One history.
Saturday in Shanghai delivered everything. Drama, history, and a championship picture that is getting clearer by the lap. Here is everything you need to know. Okay, let's dive right in, and we have to start with the man of the hour, George Russell. I mean, he has been on another planet all weekend here in Shanghai. From the second the cars hit the track, he's just been completely untouchable.
And this number, it really says it all, 100%. Russell has won every single session he started this weekend. He topped practice, he absolutely dominated sprint qualifying, the shorter qualifying that sets the grid for the Saturday sprint, and then he went and masterfully converted it into a sprint race win. It is a flawless clean sweep.
In the sprint race itself, he was in a league of his own, just pulling away from the field like it was nothing. He built this massive 4-second lead over Charles Leclerc, and honestly, it looked like he was just going to cruise to an easy victory. But then, the drama hit.
A safety car was called out, and bam, just like that, his entire lead was gone. Now, if you're kind of new to F1, a safety car restart is one of the most intense moments in racing. The leader has to control the pace, nail the timing of the restart, all with the entire pack breathing down his neck, ready to attack. All that hard work, wiped out in an instant.
But right when the pressure was cranked to the absolute max, Russell got this unexpected gift. Leclerc had a pretty poor restart, and it just let him off the hook, handing the advantage right back to the Mercedes driver. He held on to win by this razor-thin margin, just over half a second. It's a win that proves not just his speed, but his incredible cool under pressure.
So after a perfect performance like that, and we're only 2 race weekends into the season, you really have to ask, are we already looking at the man who's going to dominate this new era of Formula One?
But while Russell was celebrating up there on the top step, the team in red, Ferrari, was quietly putting together their best day of the year so far.
And this right here, this is a big deal. For the very first time this season, we have 2 Ferrari drivers standing on the podium together. That raw pace we saw flashes of back in Australia, it's finally starting to turn into a huge result for the team.
Charles Leclerc drove a brilliant, super-controlled race to lock down second place. But you could argue the drive of the day came from his teammate. Lewis Hamilton, looking totally at home in his new Ferrari red overalls, started way back in 6th, but just carved his way through the field, making move after move to finish a fantastic 3rd.
So think about this for a second. This was their best result of 2026. A double podium, a massive haul of points, and they still couldn't get past that one single Mercedes of George Russell. They're getting closer, for sure, but they're not quite there yet.
They've absolutely shown they've got the pace to be in the fight, especially since Hamilton took sprint pole here last year. So the big question now is, can they find that last little bit they need to take the top step in Sunday's main event?
All right, now for what is, without a doubt, the biggest story of the entire weekend. A moment we're going to be talking about for years to come. A moment that just changes the whole game.
Remember this number, 18. Because at just 18 years old, Mercedes' brand new rookie driver did something absolutely incredible in qualifying for Sunday's main Grand Prix.
Kimi Antonelli, the Italian prodigy, the kid handpicked by Mercedes to fill the seat of the legend, Lewis Hamilton. Today, in just his 2nd F1 weekend ever, he became the youngest pole sitter in the entire history of the sport.
This is one of those genuine history-making moments. A record that's been held by giants of the sport for decades has just been completely smashed by a teenager. I mean, legends have come and gone, and none got a pole position at this age.
And just to make the day even more perfect for Mercedes, after Antonelli put his car on pole, his teammate George Russell recovered from a scary power issue in qualifying. His car just died on him for a moment, but the team scrambled, got him back out there, and he still managed to qualify in 2nd, locking out the entire front row. We are literally watching a superstar arrive. The hype around this kid was massive, and he's already living up to it and then some. The talent is just undeniable.
But while one star was being born, a 4-time world champion was having an absolute nightmare of a day.
Max Verstappen was just fighting his Red Bull all day long. If you were listening to the radio, it was non-stop, complaining about poor gear shifts, a complete lack of drivability, just no confidence in the car.
and you could see it on track, clear as day. The onboard cameras showed his car was on an absolute knife edge. Coming out of that final corner, turn 16, the car just about spun under its own power. It looks incredibly difficult, totally unpredictable to drive.
And the brutal result of all that struggling? The four-time world champ is starting way down in 8th place for Sunday's Grand Prix. It's these kinds of moments that we break down here at PitCrew TV, where you can see a champion's season start to come undone. It's obvious Red Bull has to find its 2025 form, and they need to find it fast.
Look, it's only the second race weekend. I get it. But with Mercedes and Ferrari looking this strong and this consistent, you have to wonder, is the title fight already starting to slip away from the Dutchman?
My prediction, Antonelli wins his first ever F1 race tomorrow in Shanghai. Russell finishes second, and Verstappen finishes outside the top 5 again. History is being made this weekend. Screenshot this.
Sunday's race starts tomorrow, and history could be made again. Who wins the 2026 Chinese GP? Drop your prediction in the comments right now. I read every single one. And if you want F1 content that gets straight to the point, subscribe to PitCrew TV. We will see you on the podium.